heavenly degree, the 2, at the time of 5:55 p.m. Eastern, 4:55 Central, 3:55 Mountain, and 1:55 Pacific. Tune into your timeline, your time zone, and see where she's going to apex for you. So with the fall equinox, nights become longer, days become shorter, in time for the harvest, filling up our timeline with relating and partnerships, and with who, right? It's an opportunity to even call in love, feeling valued, conversations of harmony, a balanced home life, security and safety, romantic harmony, being of relational service, working to be of service, and even balancing our relationships to ourselves, our inner world, and the others, but protecting our assets, believing and balancing our
Inshallah and Ashe. So welcome to the season of Venus, also known as Libra. Any Libras out there about balancing the scales? It's all about partnerships, relationships, balancing our thread lines, harmonizing inner peace, heartfelt peace, joy, and happiness, but bringing harmony into our world, harmonizing and balancing our self-love to ourselves, Venus, our inner world, and our relationships we have with ourselves, and streaming that out into the outer world. So starting out with the foundation, it's our cosmic sphere, energetic boundaries, which boundaries that are weak are going to surface up today. They're going to bubble up like the spring. Maybe your sphere isn't complete. Maybe your shape is disenfranchised, I guess. Maybe you're missing a link. So you kind of have to ask yourself, do you have healthy boundaries, and are they fulfilling? And recognize where your boundaries may need an upgrade, and then utilize energetic tools, even exercises, to rebuild and create a sphere of safety within your net, energetic boundaries within your partnerships, to yourself, and even taking them to the outer world. So the weekend's energies, along with today, using an energetic toolbox to fix the bridge, going from A to Z, baby steps, creating harmony, peace, and balancing our scales within ourselves to feel more calm, feel more peaceful. So it really is a magical day for some self-reflection, some inner self-reflection. The etheric mirror is online. It's the heart and the solar plexus really as well. They're on the same wave in regards to relationships. So the heart's focus is literally in transit. So I would be literally putting your left hand on your heart and asking your heart self, what does harmonious, loving, peaceful relationships look like for you? And because relating to others begins with how we relate to ourselves, I would take a moment of reflection along with meditation and observe your thoughts. So are your thoughts supporting you, or are they corrupting and interfering with our reality? I would be journaling our insights and reflections and just be in your observation station as time flies at really a quantum speed of light. Like yesterday was like the quantum field of reality. And we're kind of ascending just as quickly, like nanoseconds, and then revisiting this moment as we stream into the archives of October. But with that, it's 11:11, and welcome to the Daily Snippet. I am your host. I'm a practicing holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. I do go by the term holistic shaman medium, which is really a merging of this container, merging of it all. But my intention is to utilize the indigenous technologies along with the elemental realms and our subtle energetic centers, our original divine blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic, the 9th energetic center above our head. I'd say that's the God portal in a weird way, but these realms, elemental, imaginal, into and through the shaman's portal, which is online today. Super excited about that. Our 8th energetic center of the cosmos and the subtle realms, with offerings, prescriptions, and rituals, the otherworldly kind, really, to connect with that, to really add to the sauce of our main stage ingredients, our personal container, which really is our personal medicine, our prime directive, our inner genius, just really assisting you in discovering what your inner genius is. What is your personal medicine? The star that I truly believe we authentically all are, just really reintroducing you, like introducing you, nice to meet you, introducing you to the magical being that resides within, so that your light shines even brighter. There's no reason to let it dim. But my name is Tanya D, if you're new to my show, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. And we are kind of having a Freaky Friday, but of course we do have options because you know what's coming up. We've got the sigil of Venus, we've got the sigil of Libra, and we have Jophiel, the angelic being of the season of Libra. The Beauty of God, that podcast will be on the highway soon. So those are your options for the choices today. And if you have yet to subscribe to my channels, please do, whether it's YouTube or otherwise. I'm kind of all over the place. And referring a friend, liking and sharing, remember that does get you a message for your day. To get you on your way. But you can find me again on YouTube. I love my podcast. I just want to say that, Musing with Tanya D. It's been on the highway for 6 years now. And also on Instagram, which I'm going to go live tomorrow with some light therapy, doing a light show, along with some private groups where I am streaming right now. And a big shout out to the village, the community, my new subscribers. As always, Ahhhh and blessings. I'm grateful for that. And a big shout out for those of you that have been part of my journey since the beginning. I know it's been a wild ride, but I do see you, I do hear you, and I am grateful for you as well. And again, if you don't mind hitting the bell button so you are notified when I go live, and that comment and that share does get you a message for your day to get you on your way. So I'm kind of multi-streaming. I finally figured out how to see myself on a social platform, which is hilarious if you know me. But anyway, that really does help with the algorithm. It goes it out to like-minded users out in the universe. Insights of the other world, the elementals, the world of spirit, source, and so much more, quite honestly. But you can also find me on TikTok, which is streaming in. Any TikTokers out there? You can get lost on that platform, just saying. But if your soul is nudging you to dive on deeper into the realms of the other world, head on over to my Musing Corridor. This is my library in the sky. It's a digital library, I should add. It's a venue where you have some amazing options to assist you, to guide you, to really get you on your journey, on your way, along with a private sacred circle, a community, a village really to utilize as well, which is very necessary. I think it's very needed. Community, village, right? I am your otherworldly shamanic assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we do need an otherworldly life coach assistant, somebody who sees things with different eyes to get us out of our own way so our magic shines brighter. So with that, just a few announcements. You know, when one door closes, another door opens. So coming soon on the energetic highway, it's like, what is the star that you are? So when we begin to merge the energy body, the subtle energetic body, spirit, with our physical and our soul, we then become the being, the star that we are. But it is work, right? We do have to create sacred space. So Change Your Stars is going to be on the highway, an early bird offering very soon. And this Musing Moon meditation is also on the highway. That's streaming in tomorrow. However, the meditation is out there. Be sure to watch that one, or I should say listen in. Along with the meditation circles, always the first Sunday of the month. You can also join there. This one's the season of Libra, where we open up our heart, our chalice, to receive the blessings of our harmonics, the voice inside of us. So if your soul also is nudging you to discover your inner genius or your prime directive, your personal medicine, maybe you're calling out, your soul's calling out for a one-on-one. The art of cowrie shell divination, this was literally brought to the West by Elder Malidoma Somé of the Dagara tribe in Dano, Burkina Faso, West Africa. He's my elder. He's my teacher. I'm a protege of his. He's an African shaman who's brought this ancient art, this wisdom, these indigenous ways and technologies to the West. His name, that's literally what it means, making friends with the stranger or the enemy. I don't know which one. Sometimes I feel like I am both. But I continue to be of soul service to this wisdom and these technologies. But your personal medicine, this is discovering your inner genius, the elementals, the realm of our ancestors, the cosmic debris, the energetic hiccups. I just feel like things happen for us, not necessarily to us. And usually forces of adversity, when they show up main stage, suddenly or abruptly, you've done something. But the main interest or the area is always our ancestors, the realm of the ancestors. And then we dive deeper into the forces of adversity to see where all this is playing out. It really is a cosmic highway there, or an otherworldly intervention. But you may find that you are the cleanup crew for your family lineage and your timeline, even in this incarnation. Or you may find that your ancestors are actually sending you a message. So be sure to schedule a session if your soul is nudging you, pulling, or tugging at you to invest in your personal medicine, your inner genius. And again, I'll be of soul service if that is called for. And also a little something something is always percolating on the highway, simmering in the pot. You know, I kind of like to get out there. But join me on Instagram tomorrow, where I'm going to be doing a live show with light. the energetics chromotherapy, noon Mountain Time this Saturday, tomorrow. So with our throat center online for the season of Libra, the home channel, if you find your inner peace disrupted, I would literally chant for the whole season. This is also our hearing sister. It's clairaudient, it's toning. And we also have Jophiel, the Archangel of Beauty, the beauty of God. The Shamans portal is online as well. But upon entering the portal of the first decan of Libra, our inner world is kind of stirring the cosmic soup, the mystical and the magical, the otherworldly kind. So it's time to open up to new aspects of how we are relating to ourselves, really restoring balance, authentic balance to that relationship that we have with ourselves on the inside to the outside and vice versa, whether that's people, places, situations that we're interacting with. They're all going to be going through a transformation here. And lastly, we're going to find a new perspective of how we relate to our future self, those relationships, those partnerships. And just knowing that the Shaman's portal's online, just focusing on our inner world within ourselves, the Akashic Records, the Book of Life, the Book of Shadows. There's so many libraries up there. But just utilizing the tools for balancing, that really is the key to open up to receiving, whether we're negating, twisting, blocking, closing off, putting up a wall. Maybe we even refuse or we're repelling like a bug spray the energy away from us. But being that we are in the shamanic portal, it's a great idea to create boundaries energetically. Honestly, we all need boundaries, let's be real. But one, because we're going to be feeling through our boundaries, the ones that are holding our inner life, that circling. So you may feel or even feel that you have a wall around yourself, shielding yourself, or that you have zero limits with yourself, like you are boundaryless. So realize that a boundary or a wall is a tool, like a shield, to shield you from energies such as fear, those painful memories, criticism, and whatnot. But on the other side of the coin, the barrier wall, you could be walling off your connection to the Great Spirit, the divine, or to your own self-love, your own main stage ingredient, to your own personal heart story. So just kind of pay attention to your boundaries, sacred and otherwise, energetic within yourself. You know, are you opening? Are you closing? What's happening in your boundary field? Are you boundaryless or boundary full? Be mindful and create some sacred space, a space of love and safety in that netting, if you will, and shielding our vibrations from the energies that bring us down. So today, really, it's a goal to reimagine your self-image and your boundaries within yourself. You may need to boundary up in order to open up somewhere differently. Where relationships to others, that really is the sigil, the huge portion of what Libra is, Venus, right? Taking it in a weird way. So in the first decan, the first stages of Libra, that's our relationship towards ourselves, and we're restoring that. So you may begin to see relationships of others breaking down, or they're beginning their transformation as well. So we just need to be ready to make those changes within those relationships as we move through the season. And what that looks like. There was something else I wanted to muse about, but I just lost my thought, which isn't too surprising, quite honestly. Okay, so your options. You've got options. The sigil, the Venus. You could say Venus or Libra or Jophiel. Those are your options out there on the highway. But let's see. On the elemental world, which is great, we've got Yin Earth, a Yaya rabbit of a day. Yaya Mao, sorry. But herbs for health, herbs. Yin Earth people are sensitive to the environment, allergies, herbs. You really need herbs. That's kind of your healing agent or tool, I should say. I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you elementally, energetically, okay? But being it's a Yin Earth rabbit, a brown rabbit, Earth, right? Rabbits produce. They produce a lot. My neighbor has rabbits. They're all over the neighborhood. But they're in conflict, actually. The rooster and the rabbit are clashing. They fight. They go against each other. So it really is an inward day, all that yin energy, and two yin earths. Those are friends. The yin earth is thin, but it's weak in the season of the rooster month. So fire is needed, a sacred candle. And I should say, at the hour of the dragon, earth dragon, we're going to have a wealth direction, the direction of the east, which is wealth. Sorry, I just noticed that just now. I was thinking it, but I just noticed it. Totally funny. So wood, nature's going to transform and transition, but we do need fire, sacred space, an altar, a candle, an autumn kind of a candle. Mabon, the harvest is online for 10 days as well. And our neighboring god, it's in the position in the month stem. That's where it comes from. So this means that it's got the significance or the influence on our careers, but its limit, its area is local. It's the neighborhood. That's why I call it the neighboring god, or the towns where we live, our village. But if it does combine with the year stem, then it does become global. But for today, our month god or super god is a friend indeed. So this is relationships, meaningful ones, spending time bonding with people in your social circle. But our global god, it's coming in on the year stem. And this comes in from our influences of our family, our heritage, our ancestral lineage even. But this is the communicator. So just like the name or the word implies, it's excellent communication, storytelling, it's persuasion. It's great for people that are in selves, but also people that are actors or writing or even different artistic skills as well, creative skills. A lot of motivational speakers, best-selling authors have this gift, this talent. They're usually very talented in all kinds of artistic activities, but they like to entertain and they like to inspire others. So that's pretty interesting. So it's this communicating with friends, kind of a sacred circle kind of moment, friends of the other worlds as well. But onto the messages. And if you are tuning in, Claire, I do have a message for you. Thanks for tuning in yesterday and commenting. I do appreciate that 100% and beyond infinity. But your options, because we do have options. Back to the sigils. I'm all about sigils lately. So Libra, Venus, or Jophiel. So this is interesting. I'm just saying out loud already. If you chose Venus, the death card. How often have we had this? Like, I swear it's been like every other day. I don't know. I can't believe it. I did think I pulled it with the Fae. The Fae, I think I pulled it on Monday. I don't know. And I swirl these things around on the ground. It's kind of just flying out, things flying out. But 13, this is believing, heartfelt believing, opening up to believe. So when we feel within our heart, we literally enter into a different dimension and we become transformed. We start vibrating differently in a different energy, frequency, vibration, maybe like a portal. That's kind of what I see. It's opening up. And with death showing up once again, but everybody faces death. It's some sort of guise, right? So here we're speaking of the psychological death rather than the physical death. So you can see in this image, the skull is staring with this resolve. It's inexhaustible. And the chilling message is this, if you want to move past this point, you have to pass through death. And why would anyone want to, right? What's the incentive? What's the magic on the other side? But death really does hold rewards on its banner and its shield, if you will, silver. That is the shaman's portal, by the way, silvers and blacks. And actually, there's another color that's not streaming in quite yet. I want to say like oh, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But the white flower, that symbolizes purity of desire. The white horse is the purity of the wheel. So anybody is wanting to continue on their spiritual journey, you need both of these. So it indicates the death of our ego, and with it, and in doing so, our long-held beliefs that are no longer useful in serving us. So this really needs to happen to make way for new energy and for life to transform. It's kind of got the Plutonian energy as well, the death, the transformation to the rebirth, the rise of the phoenix. But the message of death is that like a spiritual growth does bring pain, and it's easy, it isn't easy, I should say, to let go of certain behaviors or beliefs, because sometimes we think they're serving us, and even to admit errors in our thoughts and our practices without negating the magnitude of ego, the death of the ego. So the emblems of what is to come, this is greater spiritual strength. It's reminding us that the endeavor is not without a reward. So be aware of the fear of change, of letting go of an outdated or outmoded ideas, and fear of change. It really does lead it leads us to stagnation, which might be longer lasting, could be more painful than just a clean, honorable death. Reminded me of Gladiators when he wanted like the knight's death, an honorable death with the sword, a clean cut sword, which was curious. I don't know why, but that's just what streamed in. Okay, and if you chose Libra, the sign of Libra, whoop, whoop, you get the Page of Cups. Look at those cute little seahorses on the Page of Cups. I hope you can see them. That's super awesome. They are gold. They're golden seahorses and vines, yin earth vines. Actually, it's yin wood, but still vines either way. Pretty, it's autumny looking, right? So you can see this young man, he's holding a goblet, what I would call a chalice, he's kind of got carelessness. He's careless, but he's adopting a posture of ease. He's almost looking superior. Maybe he's a little defiant, but he's literally facing a moment of truth. And he's convinced that he knows the best, like the best outcome. And cups are emotions, and the page is the core processor. This is our inner and our outer lives are streaming in. So you may be experiencing an emotional situation, which is the cups, one that you probably don't have much experience with. Maybe it feels awkward, but you do have the strength of your own inner convictions. So it's going to present itself. It's going to be composed, a face to the outside world. However, because of your lack of experience or your tonalities, you may feel a little apprehension under the confident mask, the facade. So just be aware of assuming that you know everything and ignoring advice. Emotions are very surprising things, right? Even if you think you're prepared, just realize that more likely you haven't really considered every aspect. And don't shun the advice of somebody who's more experienced, Messengers show up in different ways, but the message here is being indicated by the Page of Cups. It's usually pertaining to the romance, creative, and artistic project or an emotional charged situation. It's kind of coming to the forefront, and I kind of can feel that with the energy of the days, actually, frequenting in energetic boundaries around our throat, our voice, and Mercury's retrograde too, and it's kind of doing a dance with Venus, I believe. I think so. Don't quote me on that one. Sometimes my brain goes somewhere different. Okay. And if you chose the Archangel, you get the Nine of Pentacles. Ego in action, initiating our ego character and our behaviors. And our ego, Mars is traveling through our mind, which is Gemini. So you can see the falcon. Can you see the falcon that she's holding? And of course, more vines and some pentacles. Earth, money, manifesting, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So you can see that this is this accomplished woman. She's standing in or by her gazebo. She's surrounded by a variety, many pentacles, 9. But she's got this frequency, this energy. She has a right to be proud. She's achieved this luxurious lifestyle all on her own. And her falcon, that's a falcon indicating her dedication, determination, her skill. She's worked hard to train that little companion as well. So the same skills that really helped her and assisted her create this wonderful life. It's similar to the Hermit, or like the Hermit in the major arcana, still a 9 as well. And as a reflector, I'm a role model hermit, so I can relate to this hermit feeling. She's chosen a life alone, which does not seem, she doesn't seem to mind it at all. So it's like knowing you've accomplished a lot, and you're proud. It makes you proud. You're excited. You're happy. You've created a life that you're enjoying. You're feeling satisfied. You're fulfilled. And in spite of your choices, you do not feel lonely. But just be aware that you may have been happy, but not lonely. But there may come a time when all of that changes. So don't be afraid to change your living style or your lifestyle and find somebody special to share that with. So that's kind of the message there. And Claire, if you're tuning in, this message is for you, which we always love that, right? Who doesn't like a message for their day to get them on their way? And look how green this is. This is like green and gold. It reminds me of like this healing energy, and it's not otherworldly, I may add. But the Page of Pentacles. So this is like pour some love into your creations. And we've got a peacock, some gold there. This is like great. Manifesting and keep pouring in the love. It's like we're past the feeling that streams into the manifestation creation. So you can see this young man, he's holding his little pentacle there, and he's got this expression. Maybe he's got like this inner giggle of shy pride. He's got a little bit of nervousness. Maybe he's been practicing. He hopes that he's done very well. He's holding on to that pentacle very securely, like a certificate. I almost said a celebrity. Just showing his natural tendency to keep things safe. But you can see it's kind of slightly twisted on an angle. But that indicates a willingness to push our own boundaries. And you're definitely ready for the next level. He definitely is. So are you. So it's like you've been practicing something, and are you ready? You are ready, and actually you're quite great at it. So your studies are beginning to manifest into actual projects, completed projects, the creativity, the spin of the wheel, I would say. I'm kind of seeing the wheel of Snow White, the wheel. Don't ask why. But you're ready to present your work, your gifts to the outside world. Maybe it's time to consider something a little more complicated, even more challenging. So just be aware of becoming careless, even though you do have the skill. Maybe you lack the experience. So this really allows one to perform almost mindlessly. So also be careful of stagnation. Often once we master one level, continue to challenge ourselves so we don't literally become lazy. But the message also could indicate the Page of Pentacles, that is, it usually pertains to a project that you've completed, finances, or even resources. I hope that helps. So it's kind of a great message there. But being that we are tuning into a new cosmic season, the season of Venus and Libra, opening up our heart, our chalice, and our relationship sector, our relationship to self, the other, and the world, could be business partnership. And it is kind of justice, right? Justice is happening. That's kind of a Libra energy. Libra's like looking in the mirror, looking at themselves, that you looking at them. I learned that from Christopher Renstrom, actually. But just receiving blissful peace inside to the outside. So I would for sure take the time creating sacred space and reflecting in that etheric mirror, Libra style. The stardust, creating healthy sacred space, taking time and space, and securing your relating borders, securing your relating borders. It almost reminded me of something else, which I won't say out loud. But I would affirm that I'm holding sacred space, reflecting on my relationship to me-self. That is the etheric mirror. Our shadows are on the other side of that. I tend to not look at the shadows in people. It's gotten me in trouble just saying that out loud. But the inner cosmic chalice is opening us to receive the blessings of where we do belong. And we do deserve it, don't we? And with that, join me Monday for Amusing Monday and listen to the new moon meditation, where our emotional field creates this emotional foundation to feel greater insight to the outside. It's like we're partnering up with our emotions. I did kind of channel that meditation, just saying, in the Holy Divine Communion with Source Spirit Energy. But I believe I'm going to be recording the Archangel of Libra podcast this weekend as well. And also I am on another podcast as a guest. I'll probably have that shared on my channels as well. So for sure, look for that. The Elemental Highway and the clans, like what clan do you belong to in the elemental world? That's kind of why I play with them, to really add to your sauce, your juice, your container. So with that, make it a fabulous, otherworldly, magnifying Libra new moon weekend. And I will see you for Amusing on Monday or tomorrow, where I'm going to do my light show on Instagram at the Tanya D. So I will see you then. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the other side. Ashe. Bingo. I'm not ending the broadcast. Where'd my dude go? Hi, Chris.